Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to be reviewing the New Balance made in UK 991V2 in the core navy colorway. So this is the second general release colorway for the brand new 991V2 model. As you can tell from the name, this is the second version of the iconic 991. I personally like the navy colorway better than the gray colorway. I know gray is typically the standard New Balance color, and while it definitely still looks good in gray, I just think this shade of navy looks good on the model. So as usual, I'll be doing a full overview of the shoe, as well as an on-feet look, as well as my thoughts and opinions on sizing, comfort, quality, and overall design of the shoe. Starting with the box, the 991V2 in the navy colorway comes in the standard brown cardboard Made in UK box with a black MB logo at the top, as well as Made in UK branding around the box. Starting with the toe box of the shoe, the mudguard of the shoe is made out of navy suede, the middle of the toe box is made out of navy mesh, and surrounding the toe box are two panels of dark gray leather, and at the top of the toe box you get a small panel of silver 3M reflective. Moving on towards the middle of the shoe, you get more panels of the navy suede, more panels of the navy mesh. In the very middle of the shoe, you get the New Balance N logo in a textured silver 3M reflective material with a white outline. The lace eyelets are also made out of the navy suede, and the top lace eyelet of the shoe is made out of a gray TPU plastic. Moving towards the ankle area of the shoe, you get more panels of navy suede and mesh, as well as an oval cutout with 991 branding embroidered on in white on top of silver 3M. Moving towards the back of the shoe, at the top you get a small panel of 3M reflective. In the middle you get a panel of dark gray leather, as well as V2 branding embroidered on in white, as well as a continuation of a big panel of navy suede. At the bottom of the back of the shoe you get a dark gray TPU heel clip with the New Balance spell out debossed into it. With the exception of the 991 oval cutout, the medial side of the shoe is the same as the lateral side of the shoe in terms of color and materials. The shoes come with a set of flat dark gray laces and a set of flat navy laces. I opted to go with the gray laces to add a bit of contrast to the shoe. The laces weave on top of a navy mesh tongue, and at the top of the tongue you get a big panel of the dark gray leather with New Balance Made in England, 991 and V2 branding embroidered on in white. The back of the tongue and the ankle area of the shoe are lined in a light gray textile material. The 991V2 comes with a standard foam insole that's topped with a light green textile material, and you also get New Balance branding printed on in black. The midsole of the shoe is made out of white and gray foams, as well as some teal exposed Absorb SBS. The 991V2 utilizes both Absorb and FuelCell cushioning technologies inside the midsole. Absorb is a proprietary cushioning technology from New Balance that gives the runner a great combination of both cushioning and compression resistance, and FuelCell was made to be a very lightweight and soft foam cushioning technology that also featured high rebound technology to give runners a propulsive feel to help drive them forward when running. And lastly, moving on towards the outsole of the shoe, you get the standard 991V2 outsole in black and gray rubbers, as well as some exposed FuelCell foam in an ocean blue color. So now that the overview of the shoes out of the way, I'll lace these up and I'll show you how they look on feet. So this was my first time trying on the 991V2 model, and as I do with every other model that I try on for the first time, I buy it in my true size just to be safe. I'm a true size 9.5, so I got these in a size 9.5, and after wearing them, I could definitely feel that the 991V2 actually runs longer. And that's not something I usually say, but after wearing it, I had a decent amount of extra space in terms of length in the toe box area, and I feel like I could have went down half a size or maybe even a full size because there was a good amount of length left in the toe box. I also consider myself to have normal width feet, so there's not too much I can really say about the width of a shoe unless it really runs wide or runs really narrow. In terms of the width of the 991V2, I feel like it has a standard width. Right now, my opinion for the 991V2, I recommend going down half a size from your true size, but as I say, if you have the chance to try these on before you buy them, I definitely recommend you do that. that since everyone's feet are different. For my 3-factor comfort rating for the New Balance 991V2, I give it a 7 out of 10 for softness, a 5 out of 10 for firmness, and a 6 out of 10 for midsole shape and support. Because of the addition of FuelCell in the midsole, the 991V2 is definitely a lot softer than the original 991, and I personally really like that. The midsole definitely leans on the softer side and isn't as firm as typical 99X models. In terms of the midsole shape, it's definitely above average. It has good but not great support, but in my opinion, I feel like the 991V2's midsole is flatter than the originals, and that's why I don't think it's as supportive as the original. Overall, it's a pretty comfortable lifestyle shoe, and I personally think it's an upgrade with the addition of FuelCell. In terms of quality, my pair of the Navy 991V2 was definitely high quality. The cuts of suedes felt really good in hand, the meshes also felt pretty solid, and the leather, while it's definitely not top grain by any means, also felt pretty solid. And then in terms of craftsmanship, I had no major craftsmanship issues. There were a few loose threads here and there, but nothing too major. I was definitely pleasantly surprised with the comfort of the 991V2. I definitely prefer the feel of the 991V2 over the original 991, and the suede utilized on this colorway was really high quality. I personally really like the way this shade of navy looks on the 991V2 model, and I'm excited to see more GRs get released for the 991V2 in 2024. I know a lot of you guys are going to be asking in the comments, but don't worry, I'm going to be making a dedicated video comparing the original 991 to the 991V2, so stay tuned. So that's going to do it for this video. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, follow me on my socials, check out the Intelligent site for more New Balance content and guides. If you really love the review, please consider leaving a super thanks in the tip jar below, and thanks for watching.